In the quiet streets of Manchester, Emily Thompson's world was a canvas of struggle and silent determination. At 26, she carried the weight of responsibilities that seemed far too heavy for her slender shoulders. Her small cottage, nestled between rows of identical brick houses, was more than just a home. It was a sanctuary of survival. Every morning, Emily would wake before the sun, her hands already prepared for a day of cleaning other people's lives. Her cleaning job at the local hospital wasn't glamorous, but it was her lifeline. Each mop stroke and dusted surface represented hope. Hope for a better future, hope for her mother, hope for herself. Martha Thompson, once a vibrant schoolteacher, now sat in her worn armchair, her mind slowly being stolen by dementia. Her eyes, once bright with intelligence, now wandered between moments of clarity and confusion. Emily watched her mother's struggle with a mixture of love and heartache. Medical bills were mounting, and her modest income barely covered their basic needs. The kitchen was small but meticulously clean. Photographs lined the walls, snapshots of happier times when her father was still alive. He had been a kind truck driver who died unexpectedly 5 years ago, leaving Emily as the sole provider for her mother. Those memories were both a comfort and a painful reminder of what she had lost. At night, after caring for her mother and completing her hospital shifts, Emily would sit at the small wooden table. Scattered around her were nursing school brochures, scholarship applications, and medical textbooks. Her dream of becoming a nurse burned bright, despite the obstacles that seemed to block her path at every turn. Financial struggles were a constant companion. Some months, choosing between buying medication for her mother or paying the electricity bill felt like an impossible decision. Emily would carefully budget every penny, cutting corners wherever she could. Her wardrobe was simple, practical. Clothes from second-hand shops, shoes mended repeatedly, a winter coat that had seen better days. The local community knew Emily as the quiet, hard-working daughter who never complained. Neighbors would sometimes leave extra food or offer small kindnesses, a bag of groceries, a fresh-baked pie, a helping hand with household repairs. These moments of compassion kept her hope alive. Her daily routine was a delicate dance of responsibility. Morning medications for her mother, preparing simple meals, ensuring her comfort. Then quick changes into her cleaning uniform, a swift kiss on her mother's forehead, and off to work. The hospital corridors became her second home, each clean surface a testament to her determination. Dreams are rarely born in comfort, but in the crucible of challenge. Emily's dream of nursing wasn't just about a career, it was about understanding pain, providing comfort, making a difference. She had watched nurses care for her mother, observed their kindness, their professional compassion. Those moments planted seeds of inspiration. At night, exhausted but unbroken, Emily would study. Medical terminology books, anatomy charts, and nursing guides became her companions. Her mother would sometimes watch her, moments of clarity breaking through the fog of her illness. "You'll be a wonderful nurse," Martha would whisper, her eyes momentarily clear and proud. The winter was particularly harsh that year. Heating bills increased, medical expenses grew, and Emily's resolve was tested. But she wasn't the type to surrender. Every challenge was an opportunity, every obstacle a chance to prove her strength. Her world was small but meaningful. A tiny cottage, a loving but ill mother, a job that paid the bills, and a dream that refused to die. Emily Thompson represented countless unsung heroes, people who faced life's challenges with quiet dignity, who transformed struggle into hope. Dawn broke over Manchester. Casting soft light through the cottage windows, Emily prepared for another day. Her mother slept peacefully, medical charts nearby. A nursing application lay partially completed on the table. Hope, fragile but persistent, filled the room. This was not just a story of survival. This was a story of potential waiting to bloom, of dreams taking root in the most challenging soil, of a daughter's love transforming into a beacon of possibility. The silent struggle continued, but Emily's spirit remained unbroken. The community centre stood like a beacon of possibility in Manchester's working-class neighbourhood. Grey brick walls and simple windows masked the potential for transformation that existed within its modest interior. It was here that Emily's life would take an unexpected turn. Thomas Williams wasn't an ordinary retired administrator. At 62, with silver hair and kind eyes, he carried decades of healthcare experience and a compassionate heart. He had spent his entire career watching people's dreams either flourish or fade, and something about Emily caught his attention. That Wednesday afternoon was unremarkable. Emily was cleaning the center's floors, her movements precise and efficient. Thomas noticed how carefully she worked, how she paid attention to every small detail. Her hands moved with a purposeful grace that spoke of something deeper than just a cleaning job. During a brief break, Emily sat quietly in the corner, reviewing her nursing study materials. Thomas observed her, seeing beyond the tired uniform and weary eyes. He recognized the spark of determination that many young professionals missed, a genuine passion for caring. "Interesting reading," Thomas said softly, approaching her table. Emily looked up, slightly embarrassed. She was used to being invisible, to blending into the background of other people's lives. But Thomas saw her, really saw her. Their conversation began simply. Thomas asked about her studies, her dreams. Emily, initially hesitant, slowly opened up. She shared stories about her mother, her financial challenges, her dream of becoming a nurse. Her words weren't complaints, they were statements of resilience. Thomas had connections. Years of working in healthcare administration had built him a network of professionals who believed in supporting potential. He knew scholarship opportunities, understood application processes, and recognized raw talent when he saw it. Over the next few weeks, Thomas became an unexpected mentor. He helped Emily refine her scholarship applications, offered guidance on nursing program requirements, and provided emotional support. His wisdom wasn't just professional, it was deeply human. "Your circumstances don't define your potential," he would tell her. "Your response to those circumstances does." Emily's world began to shift. Small opportunities started appearing. A partial scholarship here, a recommendation letter there. Thomas introduced her to colleagues who could provide guidance, shared resources that seemed previously inaccessible. Her mother's condition remained challenging, but Emily's hope grew stronger. Each conversation with Thomas felt like removing another brick from the wall of limitations she had unconsciously built around herself. The community center became more than just a workplace. It transformed into a space of possibility. Emily began attending free evening workshops, networking with healthcare professionals, understanding the broader landscape of her chosen field. Thomas never saw himself as a savior. He was simply someone paying forward the kindness he had received decades ago. His own journey had been filled with mentors who believed in him, and now he was extending that same grace to Emily. Their relationship wasn't about pity. It was about recognition. Thomas saw Emily's potential long before she fully recognized it herself. He understood that dreams require not just individual determination, but also supportive guidance. Financial challenges didn't disappear overnight. Emily still worked multiple jobs, still cared for her mother, still struggled, but now she struggled with hope. The difference was profound. Winter turned to spring, and Emily's applications improved. Her confidence grew. The nursing dream, once a distant whisper, was becoming a conversation. Thomas watched her transformation with quiet satisfaction. "Remember," he would often say, "education is not just about acquiring knowledge. It's about expanding your understanding of what's possible." Emily's story was becoming more than personal survival. It was becoming a testament to human potential, to the power of unexpected mentorship, to the magic that happens when someone believes in another's dream. The community center, with its simple walls and humble interior, had become a crucible of transformation. And Thomas Williams, the retired administrator with silver hair and kind eyes, had become an unexpected architect of hope. Emily's journey was just beginning, but for the first time she could see a path forward, clear, challenging, but ultimately possible. The night classes were Emily's sanctuary of hope. Manchester Community College became more than an educational institution. It was her gateway to transformation. Each evening, After a full day of cleaning and caring for her mother, she would arrive with determination etched on her face. Balancing work, caregiving, and studies seemed impossible. Her days began at dawn and ended long after midnight. Martha, her mother, would sit quietly, watching Emily's dedication with a mixture of pride and concern. Some nights Emily would fall asleep at the kitchen table, surrounded by medical textbooks and care notes. The nursing program was challenging. Medical terminology felt like a foreign language. Anatomy diagrams seemed like complex puzzles waiting to be solved, but Emily's determination burned brighter than her exhaustion. She discovered something powerful within herself, a resilience she never knew existed. Her classmates were diverse. Young students fresh out of high school, middle-aged professionals seeking career changes, and individuals like Emily, fighting against life's challenging circumstances. Initially, she felt out of place, but gradually she found her voice. Thomas continued to support her silently. He would review her study materials, provide extra resources, and offer words of encouragement. "You're not just studying to pass," he would remind her. "You're studying to make a difference." Martha's health continued to decline. Some days were good, moments of clarity where she recognized her daughter's dedication. Other days were difficult, filled with confusion and medical challenges. Emily's growing medical knowledge became a blessing during these times. Financial pressures remained constant. Emily worked additional cleaning shifts at the hospital, took weekend overtime, and carefully budgeted every single penny. Her wardrobe remained simple, practical clothes that could withstand long working hours and study sessions. The nursing. Instructors noticed her differently from other students. While younger students struggled with practical applications, Emily's real-life experience provided her with unique insights. Her understanding of patient care came from genuine experience, not just textbook knowledge. One particular instructor, Mrs. Henderson, became an unexpected ally. She recognized Emily's potential beyond traditional academic measurements. "Nursing isn't just about grades," she would tell Emily. "It's about compassion, dedication, and understanding human vulnerability." Emily's study technique was unique. She would break complex medical concepts into simple, understandable pieces. Medical terminology became story fragments she could remember. Anatomical systems transformed into interconnected narratives in her mind. Nights became her classroom. While others slept, Emily studied. Her small cottage became a learning environment. Medical charts replaced decorative wall hangings. Her mother's medicine cabinet became an impromptu study reference. The community began noticing her transformation. Neighbors who once saw her as just a hard-working cleaning lady now recognized her as a future healthcare professional. Small acts of support emerged. Someone would watch her mother for an hour, another would bring her a warm meal. Thomas continued providing guidance. He helped her navigate scholarship applications, connected her with healthcare professionals, and offered emotional support during challenging moments. His mentorship was subtle but powerful. Emily discovered something profound during this journey. Education was more than acquiring knowledge. It was about expanding understanding, challenging personal limitations, and transforming individual potential. Her mother's condition became a silent motivation. Each medical concept learned was another tool to potentially help patients like Martha. Her personal struggle transformed into a professional calling. Winter passed. Spring arrived. Emily's determination remained constant. She was no longer just surviving, she was preparing to thrive. The nursing program became her pathway, her mother's support, her constant inspiration. The journey wasn't just about becoming a nurse. It was about breaking generational barriers, challenging personal limitations, and proving that dreams have no expiration date. Emily Thompson was rewriting her story, one study session at a time. The quiet cleaning lady was becoming a future healthcare professional. Her silent struggle was transforming into a powerful narrative of hope, resilience, and unexpected potential. The barriers were breaking. Her dream was emerging, and nothing could stop her now. The scholarship arrived like a miracle. Emily stared at the official letter, her hands trembling, hardly believing the words. A full scholarship for nursing, covering tuition and partial living expenses. Thomas had been right. Determination could unlock unexpected doors. Her first clinical rotation changed everything. Manchester General Hospital became more than a workplace. It transformed into a learning landscape. Emily moved differently now, no longer just a cleaner but a student with purpose. Her understanding of healthcare went beyond textbooks. Patients noticed her immediately. There was something different about her approach, a gentle touch, a genuine compassion that couldn't be taught. Where younger nurses followed strict protocols, Emily understood human vulnerability. Her years of caring for her mother had prepared her uniquely. Mrs. Roberts, an elderly patient with complex medical needs, became her first significant connection. The woman reminded Emily of her own mother, fragile, yet possessing an inner strength. During her care shifts, Emily would listen to Mrs. Roberts's stories, understanding that healing involved more than medical procedures. Martha's condition continued to decline, but Emily's growing medical knowledge became a blessing. She understood each medical challenge, anticipated potential complications, and provided care with professional tenderness. Her mother became her silent inspiration, her most important patient. The hospital staff began to recognize her potential. What started as a scholarship opportunity was transforming into a genuine calling. Emily's practical experience combined with her academic knowledge created a unique healthcare professional. Night shifts became her classroom. While others saw challenges, Emily saw opportunities. She would carefully observe senior nurses, ask intelligent questions, and demonstrate an eagerness to learn that set her apart from traditional students. Her financial struggles didn't disappear overnight, but the scholarship provided breathing room. For the first time, Emily could focus on her studies without constant worry about basic survival. Small luxuries became possible: a new textbook, occasional cafe coffee, a slightly better winter coat. Thomas continued mentoring her, providing guidance during challenging moments. He would review her clinical reports, offer strategic advice, and remind her of the broader purpose of healthcare. "You're not just treating patients," he would say, "you're healing human experiences." Emily discovered something profound during her clinical rotations. Healthcare was more than medical procedures. It was about human connection, understanding individual stories, providing comfort during vulnerable moments. Her classmates began seeing her differently. Where they initially perceived her as the older working-class student, they now recognized her as a potential leader. Her real-world experience provided insights that textbook learning couldn't capture. Mrs. Henderson, her primary nursing instructor, became an unexpected champion. She saw beyond Emily's age and background, recognizing a rare combination of compassion and professional dedication. "You have something special," she would tell Emily, "a genuine understanding of patient care." The transformation wasn't just professional, it was deeply personal. Emily was rewriting her life's narrative. The cleaning lady was becoming a healthcare professional. Her silent struggles were transforming into powerful potential. Martha watched her daughter's journey with pride during her lucid moments. Though her mind often wandered, she understood the significance of Emily's achievement. Her daughter was breaking generational limitations, creating a new path. Weekends remained challenging. Emily would balance clinical studies, hospital shifts, and caring for her mother. But now these responsibilities felt different. They were no longer burdens, but stepping stones towards her larger purpose. The community began recognizing her journey. Neighbors who once saw her as just a hard-working cleaner now celebrated her nursing studies. Small acts of support emerged. Someone would help with groceries, another would offer to sit with her mother. Emily's world was expanding. Manchester General Hospital was no longer just a workplace, but a landscape of learning and transformation. Each patient became a story, each medical challenge an opportunity to make a difference. Her reflection was changing. The tired, overworked cleaning lady was transforming into a confident, compassionate nursing student. Her eyes held a new spark, the spark of someone who understood that personal struggles could be transformed into professional purpose. The journey wasn't complete, but for the first time, Emily could see a clear path forward. Her dream was no longer a distant possibility, but an emerging reality, and nothing could stop her now. 5 years passed like a transformative wind. Emily stood in her crisp white nursing uniform, no longer the struggling cleaning lady, but a specialized geriatric nurse with purpose blazing in her eyes. Martha had passed away peacefully 2 years earlier, knowing her daughter had achieved her impossible dream. Her final words remained etched in Emily's heart. "You were always meant for something extraordinary." Manchester General Hospital now felt like home. Emily specialized in geriatric care, bringing a unique compassion developed through years of personal struggle and professional training. Her patients weren't just medical cases. They were individual stories waiting to be heard, respected, and cared for. The support program for caregivers pursuing healthcare careers became her most significant achievement. Born from her personal journey, the initiative helped individuals like her former self, those struggling between personal responsibilities and professional dreams. Thomas Williams, now retired but still her mentor, watched her transformation with quiet pride. He had seen potential in her when nobody else did. Their connection remained strong, a testament to unexpected mentorship. Emily's program provided scholarships, mentorship, and practical support for working-class individuals seeking healthcare careers. She understood their challenges intimately: financial constraints, family responsibilities, limited opportunities. Each scholarship represented a potential life transformed. Her approach to nursing was revolutionary. Where traditional healthcare saw patients, Emily saw human stories. She listened deeply, understood individual backgrounds, and provided care that went beyond medical procedures. The community that once viewed her as an ordinary cleaning worker now celebrated her as a local hero. Local schools invited her to speak, sharing her journey of transformation. Her story became a beacon of hope for young people facing seemingly impossible challenges. Financial stability finally arrived, but Emily never forgot her roots. She lived modestly, investing most of her earnings back into her support program. Her small cottage remained humble, now filled with medical books, achievement certificates, and photographs documenting her journey. Mrs. Henderson, her original nursing instructor, became a close colleague. Together, they developed innovative training programs focusing on compassionate healthcare. Emily's real-world experience complemented academic knowledge perfectly. Her support program grew quickly. Within 3 years, it had helped over 50 individuals from working-class backgrounds pursue healthcare careers. Each success story felt like a personal victory, a continuation of her mother's legacy. Weekends were no longer about survival, but about giving back. Emily would conduct workshops, mentor aspiring nurses, and share her transformative story. Her message was simple: circumstances do not define potential. The hospital administrators recognized her unique approach. Emily was invited to develop training modules focusing on empathetic patient care. Her personal journey became an institutional learning model. Colleagues respected her not just for her medical skills but for her genuine compassion. She could read patient needs beyond medical charts, a skill developed through years of caring for her mother and personal struggles. Financial challenges that once seemed insurmountable now felt like distant memories. Emily had transformed her biggest obstacles into her greatest strengths. Her nursing career was more than a job, it was a calling. The community support program became her most significant achievement. It wasn't just about providing scholarships, but about creating systemic opportunities for those often overlooked. Each supported individual represented a potential life transformed. Thomas would often visit, sharing stories and celebrating her achievements. Their relationship had evolved from mentorship to genuine friendship. He had seen her potential when she was invisible to the world. Emily's mother's memory remained her constant inspiration. Those challenging years of care, struggle, and love had prepared her for this extraordinary journey. Martha's spirit seemed to live through every patient Emily cared for. As evening approached, Emily would sit in her modest living room, surrounded by achievement certificates, family photographs, and medical books. Her reflection in the window showed a woman who had not just survived, but had truly thrived. Her story wasn't just personal anymore. It had become a universal message of hope, resilience, and the extraordinary potential hidden within ordinary lives. The cleaning lady had become a beacon of transformation, and her journey was far from over.